Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. So, the good news is this past weekend has been pretty great, especially when it came to the Why I'm Still Here series of videos I did and will continue to do on Friday, the 20th. And what made it all the better was many of you showing support, and that's greatly appreciated. The bad news is, because I prioritize that series like I do, I don't really talk about much else until things get back to normal. Meaning that a lot of stuff went on that I would normally talk about, but didn't. So today's the day I do a little bit of housekeeping, including the fact that a bunch of NFL games went on, and I didn't make any picks. I mean, I did make one pick on Thursday before I started the series on Friday, but I never went over. I completely forgot if I even got it right. So, let's just say it's a good thing that the Hot Ones season 25 was over, because I totally would have had to talk about that today also. So let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, pretty much just alluded to it. My low, well actually, my low is we got a whole lot of snow. A lot of it. Like, I left my folks' place earlier than I normally would because we were getting so much snow. Luckily, I've been looking outside and the roads look okay. So, it shouldn't be a problem for me to get from place to place this morning. And surprisingly, it really wasn't that cold yesterday either. So, actually, we're supposed to be getting a thunderstorm today. It was like the weirdest thing. I looked on my, I got a notification on my phone, and apparently we're getting some sort of thunderstorm today. I mean, it would do us a favor in terms of getting rid of the snow that would otherwise impede driving, I guess. I'll tell you what though, the weather these last few months has been really kind of all over the place. I mean, I can't even say if we've had a mild winter yet, because we're not even in winter yet. Yeah, winter's not till this upcoming weekend. This is the last week of fall. That's crazy. And again, this whole year's been crazy. My high was, also another low I had is, technically there was a missed opportunity. I'll get to that in a minute. My high was any opportunity I got to see my family and my nephews. So my family. And it was wonderful. You know, especially last night when my mom made a really great pot roast dinner. And actually, there is a Mom Food Chronicle I need to talk about. I'll get to that in a second too. And my act of kindness was, well, obviously I helped my parents watch my nephews and the opportunity I could get. Helped set the table for dinner any way I could, help us step away any way I could. I tried to help out a lot. Honestly, the only thing that's worrying about me now is this cough and the fact I lost my voice. Hopefully I can get it back within the next several days. I'm hoping. So, I think what I'll do first is I'll go over all the NFL picks that I wasn't able to make. Because, I mean, listen, considering what happened, I'm sure somebody's thinking, well, we don't know what he picked. So he could probably just say, I got all the picks right. Not true. There were plenty of games I actually picked where I got the game wrong. So, thankfully, I was one, like I posted before, I was 1-0 going into Friday. What game did I get right again? Okay, I picked the Rams to win over the 49ers, and I got that game right. Okay, so in the game between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints, I would have picked the Commanders, and the Commanders won. So, okay, so now 2-0. I definitely would have picked the Chiefs over the Browns and the Bengals over the Titans, so now that's 4-0. I actually would have picked the Jaguars over the Jets, but the Jets won. So 4-1. For the sake of hoping my Cowboys are in the playoff race, I definitely picked the Cowboys over the Panthers. So 5-1. Now, honestly, I actually would have picked the Chargers over the Buccaneers. So that's 5-2. I would have picked the Broncos over the Colts, so 6-2. I would have picked the Cardinals over the Patriots, 7-2. And okay, I'm trying to. So here's the thing. Had the Bills not lost to the Rams on last weekend, I would have picked them to beat the Lions. But believe it or not, I actually did pick the Lions to beat the Bills. So, 7-3. I would have picked the Eagles over the Steelers. So 8-3. And I would have picked the Packers over the Seahawks, making my NFL pick record for this weekend so far 9-3. Right there, 9-3. Okay. So let me double save this. Okay, so, right. There's actually 2 games today. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings over the Chicago Bears. And I'll pick the Falcons over the Raiders. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So Vikings and Falcons are going to be my NFL picks for the day. All right, so I have a Mom Food Chronicle to talk about. Been a good while since I've done one of these. And it's actually a Mom Food Chronicle I. Here's the thing. Obviously, I can't remember everything my mom ever made for me. And in the case of this particular item, my mom hasn't made it in quite, like, seriously, she's made it like twice in the last, like, at least 10 years. And those 2 times were in the last couple of months. Because she actually used to make it not that often, but it was still really good, and it was a real treat that she made. So, fun fact, if you know what you're doing, you can actually make anything into a pie. I mean, you got sweet potato pie, you got spaghetti pie, you got mincemeat pie, shepherd's pie. There's a lot of pies out there. What if I were to tell you that, again, if you know what you're doing, you can make chocolate chip cookie pie? Oh yeah. Actually, it's really good. Like, I'm not entirely sure if there really is a set recipe for this, simply because, I mean, I never asked my mom for the recipe, but what my mom does is she'll get like one of those pre-made graham cracker pie crust that you get in any supermarket. I mean, it's like graham crackers and, butter. Oh, if it's in the store, it's like graham crackers, butter, and a whole lot of preservatives. But, I mean, a graham cracker crust, pretty simple to make, really. No fancy bells or whistles anywhere to be found here. And my mom takes a simple chocolate chip cookie recipe and puts that in the pie crust, puts it in the oven, and yeah, she makes chocolate chip cookie pie. It is ridiculous how simple it is to make. It's even more ridiculous how good it is, because it combines like one of the best aspects of pie, which is a really good, crumbly, flavorful crust, in this case a graham cracker crust. And because, the filling, which is essentially cookie dough, is being baked, and the graham cracker crust underneath it kind of insulates everything, you're getting like the best parts about a really good, warm, homemade chocolate chip cookie. So the best aspects of a pie crust and the best aspects of a chocolate chip cookie all together in one. And it's really good. Pro move, because we are dealing with dessert, specifically, chocolate chip cookie, anything, something dairy on hand is needed. Could be a glass of milk, a scoop of ice cream, or last night I had whipped cream on mine, which, if anyone tells you there's such a thing as too much whipped cream, they are factually wrong. So, yeah, last night was great. And, okay, this morning for sure, I'm definitely going to go to like a walking clinic or something, because I need to figure out what's wrong with this cough, and I need to figure out what's wrong with my voice. Because having dealt with this over the last several days, especially during a time when I really could have used my natural voice to do the Why I'm Still Here series of videos, like, I need to get it checked out. So I'm definitely going to try and do that this morning. In terms of other things that happened, it was interesting. On my video Saturday, I mentioned that it was 16 years ago on that day that I stopped contemplating suicide. It was on that day I went to my very first dual meet tournament. This past Saturday, 16 years later, I went to my first wrestling tournament in a long time. Not to wrestle, of course. Far too old for that. It was actually to watch a couple of friends of mine who have kids who are wrestling. And, I had to check them out, and it was a lot of fun. Horseheads has a lot of potential prospects. The two kids I went to go see, they're only going to get better from here. It was so awesome to see him wrestle. And fun fact, I'm going to get to see them wrestle again this Tuesday in Corning. I'm excited. I can't wait. I mean, it wasn't all great. I mean, here's the thing. This past weekend, Claudia Hoyser was going to be doing a show at the Juanita Inn. It was like $30 a ticket. Dinner would have been there included. You know, I really thought about going to that. But when Sorges announced that they were going to close, you know, figured this weekend would have been a great time to go to Sorges. So, you know, take the opportunity when you can. Sorges wasn't taking reservations. I missed getting a ticket to see Claudia Hoyser because, you know, I was worried about going to Sorges, which, and I know I wouldn't be able to go. I would have gotten a ticket to see Claudia Hoyser. So it wasn't perfect. But you know what? It was still a fun weekend. And got a pretty rough week ahead of me. Let's do this. I hope I like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I have a home this video for all of you guys who want to enjoy today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, I'm always here to let me know what's your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.